Welcome back to our Beal trial. It's about a month since we've been here. I'm not going to labour on it too much, but we've had near rain, simple. So as you can see, the area here, the barley, it's fairly atypical of what's going on at the minute out there. The barleys are looking various colours, and that's unfortunately just down to stress. So what we've done in this crop since our last year, we took out the few weeds. There hadn't been massive amounts of weeds that germinated, so I've taken them all out. They seem to have worked quite successfully, and I actually put a biostimulant on to try and sort of see if we can alleviate a bit of the stress and sort of just get some nutrition at the plant to try and get it up and running. But it needs some rain, so I'm not going to labour on that one too much. But barleys are moving on. Rosie, what growth stage are you cutting them at there?
Most varieties are about 32 at the moment, with Golden Promise just slightly further ahead of the others.
Yeah, and surprisingly, despite it being dry, we are actually finding a little bit of disease on some of these ones as well. There's a wee bit of sort of predominantly brought on by stress, but there's a wee bit of what's that?
We've got some Rhynchosporium about in the trial. It's quite a bit on the lower leaves, which are kind of dying off, and a small amount on some of the upper leaves. But we're hoping that the T1's going to control that.
We've got predominantly fungicide into all these barleys now as well, haven't we? So,
yeah.
Hopefully they're well protected for when we get my beloved rain that I want to see. So, yeah, I mean the barleys they are where they are at the minute, and I think we've got a wide trading area. There's a lot of variation within the area, would you say, Rosie, as well?
Definitely.
Depending on drilling dates or more, who's had rain, who hasn't. So it'd be interesting to hear from anybody what your barleys are looking like in relation to this. We'll see from our agronomy team what are some of them sending back, and some of them are sending back me photos of barley with horns out, and some of them are sending you photos of two leaf on them, aren't they? So it's all over the place depending on drilling date and area. So like I said, one of the things we were looking at in this was we're looking at seed treatments, and where we've tried one or two different variations, because there's a lot of pressure, as we all know, to look at alternatives. And one of the things that we tried this year was we tried a couple of biostimulants, didn't we, Rosie? So
yeah, we've got one SPD, and then we're comparing that against 2 biostimulant products. And we've just been digging up some roots, and we can see a difference, a positive difference, especially on one of the SPD products, just slightly better rooting on it, which is promising to see.
Yeah, the biostims just seem to be just given that bit more root density, don't they? That bulk we're looking at there. So hopefully that'll be a positive on there as well that we can see. And it is about everything with spring barley, like I always say, it is about alleviating stress. So we're hoping we're going to get these barleys through this stress period, and they'll come out the other side. The one disease we're really watching out for, which is linked to stress, is obviously Ramalaria, isn't it, Rosie? So we're ticking all the boxes for that at the minute, but we'll be looking, as the horns come out, we'll be looking to try and see if we can get some protection on that. So we'll come back here maybe in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Maybe keep having a look at the rooting on these things, Rosie, and just sort of see how they're all developing.